June 7th, 1942. It was the densest pocket ever created on the Eastern Front. It contained over 1 million enemy soldiers, and it took the Germans 3 weeks of vicious fighting to shrink it from the north and from the east. No need to say that by the end of the week, the Germans and the Romanians finally crushed the last nests of enemy resistance. But there is no time to celebrate nor to rest, despite having removed over 1 million enemy soldiers from the order of battle of the Red Army. The second phase of Case Blue must begin as soon as possible, and this means that this week, the 6th Army and the 4th Panzer Army are relocated to their new starting positions. Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new weekly episode of War in the East 2. This will be a combined episode between, let's say, the canonical Army Group B and Army Group A episodes. Just because on one hand it's still raining, and this week I'm just planning to, let's say, the Axis High Command is planning to relocate the 6th Army and the 4th Panzer Army towards the new starting positions for the second phase of Case Blue, so the encirclement of the enemy troops in the Don Bend and of course the rush towards Stalingrad. Voronezh fell, the pocket east of Kharkov is getting wiped out, and yeah, there is nothing else that needs to be analyzed. Okay, so events wise, okay, the counteroffensive, excessive garrison, okay, Finland increases the requirement, partisans, and the US declaring war against the Axis miners. Because I noticed that the Leibstandarte will be sent westwards, I have already moved the 20th Motorized Infantry Division into Kalinin, because I'm planning to actually, let's just do it right now, to send the 20th Motorized Infantry Division to the 14th Motorized Army Corps, and yeah, just to compensate for the loss of the 6th of the Leibstandarte. This security regiment becomes a support unit, while the 371st will join up the ranks of the 2nd Panzer Army via Kursk, and so we could send the Leibstandarte directly to the OKH. And I also have the 8th Italian Army, and so we can attach. Exactly. And maybe even bring, yeah, this should work. And also, yeah, so let's set Army Group North to supply priority level 2, and Army Group Center, let's leave it at supply priority level 3 for the 3rd Panzer Army and the 4th Army. Guderian's 2nd Panzer Army is still okay, like it's fine to leave it at supply priority level 2. The majority of the divisions do have a decent amount of DOE, so I'm not very concerned about it. If we have a look at army, at the 3rd Panzer Army, yeah, that's very good, and yeah, perfect. So I think this should do it. Like, I saw that the 16th Army does have, okay, some units have 86%, but overall, I mean, is not too bad, and I can, let's say, afford to sacrifice some supply. Exactly, 95. I can afford to sacrifice some supplies for give priority to Army Group South. And also I have manually readjusted the priorities of the depots so that hopefully the bulk of the freight will now be sent southwards towards the towards Army Group South, and and the future Army Group A. I noticed I might need to build a depot here in Poltava, exactly because we have a level 2 rail yard, just to increase my, let's say, rail transport capacity, as well as one here in Bryansk. And yeah, so I would say that's it for this brief introduction. And as always, folks, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I wish you all the best, and well, enjoy the video, and I'll see you all again next week. Howdy folks, so just to give you a quick say heads up about what will happen in the rest of the episode, besides relocating some troops here and there, the Romanians, the 11th Army, we'll say the bulk of the 6th Army, the 4th Panzer Army, the Hungarians, and the not yet the Italians, I think. I focused my attention on wiping out the leftovers of the pocket, using the elements of the 1st Panzer Army, of the 17th Army, and one Army Corps of the 6th Army. Now you'll see that I did launch hasty attacks, even though the defensive combat value was incredibly still high. And the Soviets simply just gave up without any fight. And at this point, I believe that the Soviet divisions have been like so much consumed by attrition that despite having level 3 fortifications, they were no match for the battle-hardened veterans of the, in this case, of the 1st Panzer Army and of the 17th Army. Also because one thing that I did learn while investigating off-camera the battle reports was that by being isolated for so many turns, the majority of the enemy divisions already started with so many damaged elements that yeah, this most likely explains why they simply surrendered without a proper fight. And also I would like to take 2 seconds to acknowledge the, first of all, the railway engineers, because they have been working kind of non-stop since Case Blue began to fix as many kilometers of railway, of Soviet railways, as they possibly could in one single week. And of course the lovely Luftwaffe pilots, without whom I simply could not afford to advance so much and so deep into the Don Bend, because yeah, they are the real unsung heroes of this war in the East. And yeah, folks, that was all for this week, for this episode. As always, I thank you very much for watching. I thank you very much for supporting my channel. I wish you all the best. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you all again next week.
Krieg und Sturm antritt, zu kühnen Landestaten marschiert in ihren Reihen mit. Die Sonnigkeit-Soldaten und schlägt auf ihr ein Kamerad des Feindes Waffen runter. Wird nicht der Sanitätssoldat vertraut, du wirst gefunden. Seite an Seite mit den Kameraden ziehen Sanitätssoldaten in den Kampf hinein. Seite an Seite kämpfen im Streite, pflegen ihre Wunden und zu allen Stunden Kameraden sein. Ja, Kameraden sein. Wenn die Geschütze eisenhart mit Donnerstimme sprechen, den Panzer dort in kühner Fahrt des Feindes Reiter brechen. Auf Weiten wird in hoher Luft bis zu den Felsen geraten, wo immer man zum Kampf ruft, sind Sanitätssoldaten. Seite an Seite mit den Kameraden ziehen Sanitätssoldaten in den Kampf hinein. Seite an Seite helfen im Streite, pflegen ihre Wunden und zu allen Stunden Kameraden sein. Ja, Kameraden sein. Durch den Land und Land Schritt, ihr treuen Waffenbrüder, der Führer ruft, wir ziehen mit. Das schallen unsere Lieder und für der deutschen Kriegerruf verwehrt durch neue Taten. Lebt auf das stille Heldenruf der Sanitätssoldaten. Seite an Seite mit den Kameraden, die Sanitätssoldaten in den Kampf hinein.